Because our next speaker is the #1 team in all of Missouri, Lake of the Ozarks. But he hasn't sold 800 homes in his career. He sold 800 homes last year. He doesn't have for breakfast. He's like a bad boy, and he's an EXP. He's an absolute rock star, father of 2, and he has an amazing podcast. I hope you'll sign up for it. You want to know what it is? I ain't gonna tell you. Do you want to know what it is? Yeah! Well, then he'll tell you. You can sign up for his podcast and be like, but basically, he's a great human being, full of love, smart systems, great human being. Help me welcome to the stage, Matt Smith, everybody.
Thanks, brother.
Get him, baby. Get him.
Wow. Thank you, Brent. Let's keep the excitement up for this event. Brent Gove and James throws on. Those of you that may not know, this isn't a corporate event. This is something that Brent and James do out of the kindness of their heart to give back to us. Let's give it up for them. I've been to a lot of events. I've been very fortunate to be at a lot of events, and their events are world class. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for the opportunity to share. So before I jump too far ahead, I guess he led a teaser on my podcast. It's called All or Nothing in Real Estate. Go check it out. I heard there's more coming up. I heard I was going too fast. So, but today I'm going to invite you guys on a journey with me. I want to take you on a journey where I'm going to tell you a story. Better than just a story, I'm going to tell you my story. And the theme of that story is life doesn't happen to me, life happens for me. I'm going to say that again. Life doesn't happen to me, life happens for me. So on this story, on this journey, I'm going to invite you guys to come with me. The day is July 27th, 2012. On this date is the scariest moment of my life. My wife was given 24 hours to live. We were at the hospital. I was given a hazmat suit before I could go and see my wife. I had to put on the suit, holding our 6-week-old baby girl, to take her into the hospital room so that her mom could tell her goodbye. I remember this very vividly. I'm all dressed up, holding my daughter, and I hand her over to my wife so she give her one last hug. Could you imagine a mom, your very first child, 6 weeks old, you gotta tell her goodbye? That's what that date means to me. My wife and I knew that she would never see her baby girl grow up. She would never see her get married. She would never live out her dream of being a mother. The absolute most terrifying, scariest moment of my life. See, my wife, very similar to the last speaker, developed a very severe staph infection from very similar circumstances after the pregnancy. So after we were given 24 hours, we said our goodbyes, we started praying. The clock has never ticked slower in my entire life. 24 hours came, sitting in the hospital room, the doctor comes in. Just 24 hours after, that's when the clock started. This is supposed to be the end. Doctor comes in, says, good news. We found the only antibiotic that can cure her. Our prayers were answered. She survived. She's here today. We now have 2 beautiful baby girls. This is our last family trip. My favorite picture on the planet. Just look at those smiles. I have a lot of jobs. I wear a lot of hats, but my favorite job by far is being a dad. So I'm going to go back to my theme for the story. I told you that story for a reason. Life doesn't happen to me. Life happens for me. I believe we have too many victims in today's society. What I want to invite you to be in this room is be the hero to your own story. Things that happen to us qualify us to help someone else in a similar situation. There's lessons in everything in life. And we can either point the finger and blame other people, blame our circumstances for what we don't have and how someone else has something better, or we can look at life through the lens of this happened for a reason, where is the lesson, how can I learn from it, how can I be better, how can I grow? I want to invite you to the theme of this talk today is life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you. So part of the story I didn't mention, at that time, this kid just got into real estate. We were 2 months behind on our electric bill while we were living in the hospital. I think what defines us as humans is how do you react when your back's against the wall? Just went through that traumatic experience with our family, no money, brand new career. What do you do? I know what I do when I get knocked down. I get back up, dust myself off, get to work. My very first full year in real estate, I was Rookie of the Year for our board, sold 74 houses my very first full year in real estate because I didn't have any options. Had 0 options. I think too many times we have way too many choices in life. And if we back ourselves against the wall, how do you react? What do you do when things get tough? Put in the work, and I promise you it's worth it. So, as I started growing my business, I wanted to continue growth. 74 houses my very first year, I wanted to continue growing. And unfortunately at that time, I did not see eye to eye with the leadership of the company I was with. Kept hitting my head on the ceiling, I was growing too fast. Owner saw me as competition versus an asset. I wanted to start a team, and they didn't want me to. And so I started looking for other options. I was recruited by everyone. You name a brand, I talked to them. I was even recruited by EXP. But I said no. Anyone else say no the first time they heard of this amazing opportunity? Look around the room. Sometimes it takes a little time to understand this opportunity. I said no, and no, and no, over and over and over. Why did I say no? The person that was talking to me wasn't speaking my language. They didn't ask me any questions about what I wanted. They weren't talking to me, they were talking at me. You see, I believe sales isn't about what you say, it's about what you ask. Agent attraction is sales. Stop telling people how EXP is going to be an amazing opportunity and ask them what they're looking for in their business. And become a business partner and help them. Just like agents have commission breath. You ever been desperate as a real estate agent? They can just smell the commission breath on you a mile away. You don't make any sales. Don't have rev share breath. This company, rev share is amazing, but there's so much more to it than that, and you have to meet people where they are. So 1 year later, I finally said yes. I found someone that was in alignment with where I was, what I wanted to build, and they were willing to help me grow my business and have a conversation. So if you want to grow your agent attraction of business, use my story as an example. Make sure you help the people that you're bringing into this organization. That is your responsibility. They use words like financial alignment. Financial alignment. Could you imagine what your business would be like if you started your career in financial alignment with like-minded people that were willing to contribute to your organization, that already walked the path you want to walk in your life, and they're willing to give you their playbook? Will that help you in your path to success? Of course it would. Why don't we use that language when we're trying to attract agents? Business partners. We're all business partners in this room. We all own the same company. Use that language instead of come join me because of this or that or that. Just have a conversation with them. So ask them questions. What do they want? And most importantly, what is the one thing that will do for you in your personal life? Why is that important to you? So Joining EXP, there were some sacrifices I had to make. Anyone ever had to make sacrifices in their life before? Everyone should raise their hand, right? Okay, cool. So I believe short-term sacrifices are very, very powerful, and I think they're a product of success. You have to be willing to sacrifice for long-term gains. I think a lot of real estate agents are chasing the next deal, and they don't think long-term enough. I want to invite you to think, how is this going to impact not my business tomorrow, but the next year, 5 years, 10 years from now? And if you think long-term, your life will change. So I said sacrifices. Most people think sacrifices are optional in life, but the reality is sacrifice is required. Sacrifice is required in life. In this room, we're big thinkers. Are you a big thinker in this room? Raise your hand. You want big dreams? You have big goals, big aspirations? Let me hear it. Yeah? All right. So you can either sacrifice for those goals, you can sacrifice for those dreams, for those aspirations, or those goals, those hopes, those dreams, those desires, they become the sacrifice. You see, sacrifice is required. The choice is yours. Which sacrifice will you choose? Well, who am I to stand up here and talk about sacrifice? Here's the sacrifice that I made to join this amazing company. Through my path of growing my business, growing my team, and trying to find EXP, I had a conversation with the broker at the time, the one that I did not see eye to eye with. I remember this conversation very vividly. He demanded I come in the office. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He says, we need to have a conversation. He had heard that I was planning on leaving his organization. And I'm a man of integrity. I didn't lie. Yes, I am. When he asked me, he said, well, how soon? I said, about 3 months. He said, cool. You have till 5 p.m. Get your stuff. Get out. After I picked my jaw up off the floor, I'm like, okay, are you sure this is how you want to handle this? Yep. So I turn around, walk off. He says, one more thing. Turn around. Those 97 listings that you have, those 42 pendings that you have, as your broker in the state of Missouri, those are mine. Don't call. Don't communicate. I will turn you into the real estate commission. Give me your key and get out. My team that I had started to build, he had the same conversation with them. They couldn't afford to leave that money on the table. Some of them stayed. Half of my team left me when we joined EXP. Just so you're aware, this is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that I didn't have. Just 2 years ago, I was 2 months behind on my electric bill. My wife was bedridden in the hospital. But I live by principles and values, and I think long term. This is my new office. We sold quite a bit of real estate here for the next 3 months, believe it or not. We played a little ping pong too. You gotta have fun, right? I showed you that picture because part of my story that I've been privileged to share is from working out of my basement, that was my basement, to becoming number 15 team in the nation in 3 years. That doesn't happen without this company. That doesn't happen with the financial alignment of like-minded people in this room that gave me a life-changing opportunity. That doesn't happen without them being my business partners and helping me through problems and situations and struggles through growth. Let's talk about the first year. Here's a timeline of our sales. 2018 was the year I joined eXp Realty. 237 families served from absolute zero. Started with nothing. No listings, no pendings, nothing. We proved we made the right decision. The very next year, we over doubled our sales. 495 families served. 2020, 533. And 2021, 755 families served. It's where we I found out Real Trends existed, and so I applied. And we were ranked number 15 large team in the nation according to Real Trends, Inc. 5,000 fastest growing company. And then the very next year, our volume increased, the families went down a little bit, but we still grew our business in 2022, became the number 8 team in the nation. And one of my passion projects is I'm a real estate coach now. I get to share my path and my journey, not just through EXP, but through other platforms with some of the top team leaders across the country. My business partner, John Cheplack, I'm a coach for him, helping a lot of people throughout North America with the real estate business. It's probably my favorite thing on this whole slide because it just, the fulfillment it gives me. But again, I don't get that opportunity without this opportunity. And then last year, our market was down 30% and our volume stayed level. So we beat the market by 30% because of, again, the alignment with people in this room. Here's just some amazing pictures of things I've been able to accomplish. I love quotes. Ed Milet. Anybody know Ed Milet? Heard of him before? Ed Milet is one of my mentors, and he says this quote: "You are the most qualified in life to help the person that you used to be." You see, we all have a story. We've all had struggles. Life is hard. We've all had challenges. But those challenges qualify you to help someone else in a very similar situation. I don't care if it's from a single mom I heard single moms on the stage working through real estate. Well, guess what? There's other single moms that are struggling, and you are the most qualified to help them accomplish what you've accomplished. Whatever your struggle is, it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. So you can go help more people. You see, success is funny. A lot of people are searching for success, or they're searching for money, or they're searching for the next transaction. But I think what people are really after, if they were honest with themselves, is fulfillment. They want to live a fulfilled life. You see, if you have all the money in the world, but you don't have any time to enjoy it with people that you love, that you care about, it doesn't matter. Money doesn't solve all your problems. You have all the time in the world, but you don't have any money to enjoy it, same thing. But what if you could live life realizing that everything that has happened to me was actually intended to happen so that I could help more people, and it qualified me to help people that are in a similar situation that I went through? How much of a fulfilled life would you live then, right? So what has EXP given me? Everything that I just went over. In addition to that, a lot of people get stuck, again, short-term thinkers. They want, well, EXP takes this split and they have this fee and they have this. EXP is a 100% plus model. EXP is not a 100% model, it's a 100% plus model. Here's my story. A guy just 10 years ago now was 2 months behind on his electric bill. Never sold a house in my entire life. My very first full year in real estate, I paid more money in taxes than I'd ever made in my entire life, to now not making 100% of my commission with this company, 100% of my commission plus $2 million in my pocket. That's the opportunity each and every one of you have. We're all on a level playing field with this company. Are you choosing to take advantage of that opportunity that you have in front of you? See, a lot of agents, small minds, will ask, what does this cost? The winners, the people that win at high levels, the people that change the world, they ask, what opportunities will this provide for me? Look for opportunities, not cost. Let's go back to that 6-week-old girl, holding her in their arms. It's kind of hard to do that with this microphone, but you get the picture. Holding her in my arms, dressed up in the hazmat suit. She comes around full circle. This is a picture of our lake house that EXP has helped us live out our dream with our family. And the only reason that we got this is because that little girl, I was on FaceTime with her and my amazing wife. We were looking for a lake home. As you can see, this is the back of the home. It overlooks Lake of the Ozarks, 360 view. Much like if you're out on a balcony, like it looks like the ocean, right? Just an amazing view that you will get like here. And we walk in and I have my phone up. I walk in and I remember, I just pictured this 6-week-old girl She says, "Wow, Daddy, that looks like the ocean." Right then and there, I was sold. I need more experiences like that with that little girl. Without EXP, without this opportunity, that doesn't happen. Thank you. This is my mascot. Those of you that are up front may be able to see, but I have a shirt on that has a bunch of flying pigs on it. I even got some socks to go along with it. So I want to end on this. Anything in this world is possible. You see, in my world that I choose to live in, the lens that I look at life through, what I want to encourage you on the journey that we just went on together, in this room full of bigger thinkers with this amazing opportunity to EXP, what if we all just realized, you know what, in our world that we live in, pigs can fly. Thank you guys, that's all I got.